And this is actually my third day in California, if you include Friday. And I just went to Starbucks and got my coffee. And there's actually a California boycott going on of Starbucks, which I'll tell you about in a little bit. But I came out to the car because, well, it's cold outside and there's nowhere to sit at this Starbucks. They don't have any tables or anything. I've never seen a Starbucks without tables or chairs. So I am streaming from my daughter's car in the Starbucks parking lot, and I had to move my car. I was in a space, and I went inside the Starbucks and ordered my coffee, and I had to move my car. You know why I had to move my car? I was parked in a clean air vehicle parking spot. That's right. The closest parking spot to the Starbucks, which is equally as close as the disability parking, are for clean air vehicles. And my daughter's car is one of those old-time vehicles that uses gasoline. Yeah. So California is under a state of emergency right now. Governor Newsom declared a state of emergency, and I don't know if you've seen this in the news. I'll talk about it in just a bit. But I got to tell you, California, let me tell you how strange things are. First, before I tell you about the state of emergency and everything that's going on, let me tell you about this Starbucks boycott that's going on in California. And I will tell you the celebrity I met on Friday, too, because I got cut out of the feed yesterday morning. So if I forget any of these things, just let me know in the chat. So there's a boycott against Starbucks going on by residents of California. Get this, okay? Now, terrorists invaded Israel, of course, right? Palestinian terrorists invaded Israel. We know this, October 7th, just a god-awful moment. I mean, it's just... And now we've got a war going on because Israel is fighting for its right to exist, for its people to survive. And what happened, right? Just in the initial attack, Palestinian terrorists raped and murdered women, raped and kidnapped women, beat and murdered children and adult men, kidnapped hundreds and hundreds of people. And the Starbucks Barista Union immediately came out. I did a YouTube short on this. I couldn't believe the Starbucks Barista Union, or the Starbucks Workers Union, issued a statement immediately on Twitter attacking, condemning Israel, accusing Israel of all these absurdities and defending the Palestinian terrorists. That was the Starbucks Workers Union, the Barista Union, the Coffee Pourers Union. So Starbucks immediately came out, like the same day, and said, no, that's not Starbucks. So there was a lot of blowback. People were like, hey, Starbucks, what are you doing? So Starbucks came out and said, no, that's not us. That is the union. Starbucks came out, the official corporate Starbucks came out in support of Israel's right to defend themselves, right? Which is pretty shocking, right, for Starbucks to do. They went against the union. And not only did Starbucks come out in support of Israel's right to defend themselves, they attacked the union and demanded that the union stop using their name and logo, the Starbucks name and Starbucks logo, in their business and in all of their things. So anyway, I found out yesterday there's a boycott going on in California against Starbucks by Californians because Californians have decided that Starbucks is pro-Israeli. Can you believe this? Can you imagine? Starbucks is pro-Israel, so the people of California are boycotting Starbucks? Are you kidding me? It's insane. Can you imagine what would happen with as woke as weirdo liberals are in this country today if this was the state of the mindset of so many people in our country on 9/11, on 9/12, what would be going on? Mary Williamson, it is the truth. I know it's hard. Listen, I know it's hard to believe. I'm in California, okay? California. California is the land of fruits and nuts, and a lot of things here don't make sense, okay? A lot of things don't make sense, including that. They're just wackadoodle out here. Yeah, it's true. Oh, my goodness. I know it's crazy, isn't it? So I got my laptop out here, and let me see if I'm still on the Wi-Fi. I might have to get back on the Wi-Fi. Yeah, so there is, let me turn down the brightness just a little bit. So there is a state of emergency going on in California, and the governor has declared a state of emergency. Listen, California Governor Gavin Newsom declared a state of emergency yesterday after a massive fire erupted at a storage yard, shutting down one of the busiest freeways in downtown Los Angeles. And my daughter and I had just driven, it's on the I-10. We had just driven on the I-10 not long before this happened when she picked me up. The blaze was first reported in the early morning around 12:30 a.m. at a pallet yard underneath the I-10 freeway near East 14th and Alameda Streets. It spread to 8 acres, the fire, before it was extinguished. The inferno sent homeless people living beneath the road scrambling for other places to freeload, I guess. A fire engine from the LA Fire Department was destroyed, as were several other vehicles, and the governor has declared a state of emergency. And, I mean, my goodness, let's not forget those homeless people. Let's make sure they have a place to squat. Oh, my goodness, a bunch of squatters here. I'm still on East Coast time. It's 5:29, 5:30 or so. What time? Yeah, let's see here. Yeah, it's 5:29. And, nope, 5:30. Just hit 5:30. It's 5:30 in the morning here in California. I'm still on East Coast time. Since I'm just here for the weekend, I don't have enough time to adjust. So it's 8:30 in the morning to me. And so I've been up, actually, for a couple hours. I was just waiting for the coffee shop to open so I could come get some coffee. And my daughter is sound asleep. If California got rid of the fruits and nuts, all you would have is flakes. Well, there's a lot of flakes around too. I must tell you, there are just a lot of strange birds around California. Absolutely. Oh man, but a lot's been going on in the news, and I wanted to talk about some of that, and we'll talk a little bit about Trump and a few other things that are going on. But I could not live out here for a number of reasons. This is something that just really blew my mind. My daughter and I, we went to Target, and went to Target because I'd forgotten a couple things. So I went to Target to buy a few things. And do you know that they charge you? This is crazy. They charge you for the plastic bags when you check out at Target. I've never heard of such a thing. When I'm at home, you get the bags for free. It's part of like your purchase. It's like you're buying their stuff. Not here. You've got to pay for the bags. I'm like, what? It's not that much, like a dime or something. I don't know. But I tell you, that's just ridiculous. I mean, I live in such a, it's a weird thing because I've lived in Florida since I was a child. I've lived in Florida since I was 11 in 1982. So that's, so I'm a Floridian, not a native Floridian. And that's just all I know is Florida, right? It's all I know is Florida. And when you live in a place your whole life, you really don't know any different. You just think that is. And I'm in California, and I'm realizing, like, how free I am. I'm really appreciating my freedoms. And another thing my daughter was telling me, and I didn't realize this, we went to the store, there's a 10% tax on the damn groceries. I mean, what the hell? 10% tax. Yeah, they charge you in Washington. Yeah, liberal states. I never heard of such a thing. Florida is so free, and it's not because of Ron DeSantis. I know he wants to take credit. He thinks he's another one. He's another one of these guys who thinks he's Ponce de Leon. If you don't know who Ponce de Leon is, Google it, and you'll get the joke. Exactly. Everything you're buying is plastic. Like yesterday, we went out and got chicken, and we got sodas, and they have those paper straws, right? Every place has freaking paper straws here. I hate paper straws. First off, I don't like the feeling of the paper straw on my lip when I'm drinking, and it spoils the taste of the soda. And then also, if you don't drink the soda right away, the straw gets soggy, right? But so this liberal wackadoodle land of fruits and nuts here in California, they're saving the world with paper straws. When you're done with your drink, which by the way has a plastic top on it, but when you're done with your drink, when you're done with your cup and with the plastic top and your paper straw, what do you do with it? What do you do with it? You go to a garbage can and you throw it away in a trash can that has a plastic garbage bag in it. So what the freak? I don't understand how they think they're saving the planet with the paper straws. I've not had a real straw all weekend. It's ridiculous. But the plastic bags at stores, my wife and I at home, we use those plastic bags for all kinds of things around the house, right? Don't you guys? Picking up garbage, picking up things, they come in handy. They're nice. It's like you're getting free trash bags. No, Earth does not have a plastic problem. I mean, maybe too many things are made out of plastic, like our cars. I'm telling you. I mean, it's so weird how you appreciate something as simple as a damn plastic straw when you're in a communist state like this. I mean, they get a fire on the road and they declare a state of emergency. Everything came from the Earth, right? Nothing we have came from anywhere other than the Earth, unless it's made out of some meteor that came from another part of the solar system or something. So as far as I'm concerned, everything is natural. This I'm live streaming on my iPhone. My iPhone is natural. It came from the Earth. Oh yeah, I tell you, it's just a. I know these seem like little things, paper straws, can't park right here where I was parked at. And I was parked, I had a great light that was on me, the car was perfectly lit for the live stream, but oh no, that's a clean air vehicle parking spot. Better not park in the clean air vehicle spot. Are you freaking kidding me? Yeah, give me a break. It makes no sense. Oh, man. Oh, boy. Yes. I know. I got to get back to America, to the free state of Florida. Get out of this. Get out of East Berlin. I know. A lot of people will say, "Hey, come on, Brian. You're talking about petty things." But if I'll tell you another thing I've seen. You know what I've seen more of? And I don't just say this lightly because I'm not Michael Knowles. This is not something I talk about all the time. I have seen more transgender people in the last 24 hours than I've seen in person in the last 24 years in Florida. I've seen transgender people in Florida, but not like here, okay? I have not hardly gone to a single place since I've been here. I came here Friday night, right? So it's been like there wasn't a transgender person in the Starbucks. I'll give them that, but I was the only customer. Pretty much everywhere I went, there were one or more transgender people. And okay, I have nothing. If you want to live that way, hey, that's cool. Nobody tells me how to dress. Although if I started walking around town with this, they might tell me I can't identify as MAGA. I can identify as anything else but MAGA. But I have seen so many freaking transgender people, and I keep telling everybody, I was like, look, there's there's another trans person, there's another trans person. And you know, she's lived here a year almost. It'll be a year next month. And she came right after Christmas last year is when she moved here. And she doesn't even see it anymore because they're everywhere. It's just what I'm starting to realize is that Connie, Florida. I'm sorry, Connie, California, not Florida. California here, the land of the fruits and nuts, California. This is this place, California, is the liberal model for how the liberals want to have the entire country, right? You know, and I was talking a little bit about this in the stream yesterday. In California, when I got here Friday, we went out to dinner, and I thought I was like a bizarro universe, right? Whites are the minority, and almost everyone's Hispanic. Very, very few African Americans. I've seen, since I've been here, I've seen in person less than 20 black people the whole time I've been in California. Most everyone's Hispanic. And whites, you know, are the homeless population, basically. That's about it. So this is how the Democrats, you know, want the entire country to be, like California. And God help us if they were ever successful in that. Oh, my goodness. Whew. I didn't drive too far from my daughter's house because I don't really know the roads around here. Well, I guess, you know, like I said, it depends on, like, if I went to Compton, I don't think it'd be the same experience. You know what I mean? Did you guys hear about who returned to CNN? Did you see this? I was a little surprised to see this morning. Brian Stelter. Listen to this. Brian Stelter returned to CNN Friday when he joined Caitlin Collins on The Source on his book tour. He bashed Fox News and the GOP's agenda while ignoring how the rest of the media is promoting the left's agenda. That's right. Caitlin Collins noted that Rupert Murdoch is set to step down and wondered how different does his media empire, not just Fox, but everything look after that. Now, Fox has already gone to the loony bin. I mean, there's no getting around it, okay? I mean, there's just no getting around it. I'm just visiting. My daughter lives here in Los Angeles, and I'm visiting my daughter for the weekend. But Fox, yeah, Pete says Fox is the new View. It absolutely is. I mean, it is. First off, there's no deep coverage of anything. It's all very surface, and it's liberal. I know there's some good conservatives over there and people promoting that, but for the most part, it's gone mainstream corporate. It's conservative in name only over there. But Brian Stelter on CNN again. I wonder if they're going to bring him back. After going on about the future of media more generally, this is Stelter, Brian Stelter on CNN Friday. Brian Stelter eventually got to the specifics of Fox News. And he says, it's almost as if the energy has moved away from him. He's talking about Murdoch. Although I think it's important to note, Fox is still the beating heart of the GOP, Brian Stelter said. He says Fox is still the beating heart of the GOP. Do you think that's true? It depends. Who's he talking about when he says GOP? You know, maybe the Republican establishment uniparty. But if Brian Stelter thinks that Fox News is the beating heart of the GOP, he's considered a media analyst. He doesn't know what the freak he's talking about, right? So, yeah, Brian Stelter says Fox is still the beating heart of the GOP, and that's where, for better or worse, the narratives are still set. Who sets narratives on Fox News Channel? I mean, come on, give me a break. That's, you know, you got to wonder, is he just out of touch because he's been off the air so long? Has he not realized that Fox News isn't what it was a couple years back? You know, exactly. Only for the rats, Republicans against Trump. That is absolutely correct. It's absolutely correct. Oh, man. You don't watch cable news? No, I really don't either. The only time I watch cable news is when there's... I have my laptop here. The only time I really watch cable news is when there's some breaking news, right? If there's some breaking news, I'll turn on cable news so I can see what's going on, But no, I'm not into the cable news either. Before I forget, so yesterday when I was live streaming, I didn't have a great connection, and the feed cut out for a while, and I was talking about a celebrity I met. So I've been getting messages from people since yesterday morning who the celebrity was. So I'll tell you guys now, and it was so strange. And I have not seen a celebrity here in California. I met a celebrity waiting to board my plane. They were boarding the plane with me in Florida, but they were flying to L.A. And what had happened was I had a book that's a pretty good book. It's a biography of Samuel Adams, focusing on his great work in the American Revolution. And I actually got the book. I bought the book from the airport store to read on the plane. No, it was not Alec Baldwin. And this lady started talking to me about the book. And there's a film festival in Fort Lauderdale every year, the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival. And her husband are talking to me, and her husband's a director, a movie director, and they were at the Fort Lauderdale Film Festival promoting their movie, and the star of the movie was boarding the plane with them, and it was Michael Chiklis from The Shield, and I love The Shield. I have watched The Shield. I've binge watched The Shield like maybe 4 times. I love that show. Do you guys like The Shield? And Michael Chiklis from The Shield, and they had told, so I don't remember the name of the movie. I'll go to Michael Chiklis's Internet Movie Database to get it. And so they were, oh yeah, we're here promoting our movie, and they said, yeah, Michael Chiklis is starring it. I was like, oh really? That's cool. I like Michael Chiklis. And they said, well, he's right there. He's boarding the plane with us. And I said, well, I'm going to go talk to him. So I went over to Michael Chiklis and I talked to him, I don't know, for a few minutes, and talked to him about The Shield mostly, and his appearance on Sons of Anarchy. But I wouldn't have recognized him if they had not pointed him out to me. But hey, I'm a fan of The Shield. Did you guys like The Shield? The Shield was awesome. The Shield was probably the inspiration for Breaking Bad, because the ending of The Shield was just phenomenal. He gave zero clue to who that is. Michael Chiklis he's been in a lot of things. He was in The Shield. He played, oh goodness, what else has he been in? He played John Belushi in the movie about John Belushi many, many years ago, which was an amazing movie. He's been in a lot of things. Just look up The Shield. Google The Shield TV show on FX, and you'll see Michael Chiklis. Yes. But that's the only celebrity I've seen, and that was in Florida still, even though he was flying here. But they don't make shows like that anymore. All the TV shows now are woke. So, Mediaite, which is pretty left-wing, Michael Chiklis. Mediaite's pretty left-wing, and they're really going after Right Side Broadcasting. And, Brian Glenn is Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend. Brian from Right Side Broadcasting is Marjorie Taylor Greene's boyfriend. And because of that, and also one of Trump's attorneys, Christina Bobb, is on Right Side Broadcasting. So the Trump organization is deeply entrenched in Right Side Broadcasting. Okay. Yep, he played The Thing. That's right. He absolutely did, Wendy. That's another one of his movies. Yep. And I was talking to him. I was talking to him about The Shield. The guy's probably done, I don't know how many credits he has. He's done, I don't know how many, 50 credits, 100 credits. And I'm talking to him about something he did how many years ago? And that's how it is. So, I'm not going to play the audio. I'll just read this. But this is in Mediaite. And I got to understand, Mediaite's very liberal. So, Brian Glenn was interviewing people outside of the Trump event in New Hampshire, all right, yesterday. And he listen to this. This is liberal Mediaite. A woman outside a rally for President Donald Trump said she opposes President Joe Biden because her hometown has been, quote, totally infiltrated, unquote, In America, Americans feel like casticides in their own country, she says, unquote. And, that is so true. So true. You can't get a plastic straw, but I got a plastic top at my Starbucks here. And I'll go through the rest of this story. But that is so much of the reason. There's many reasons Trump is so far ahead in the polls. But President Trump, he's not at over 60% in the polls because we love him, right? He'd be very high in the polls. He's at 62%, even beating Biden, by the way, in most every poll. And even the polls, these left-wing polls where Trump's not beating Joe Biden, he's been gaining against Joe Biden, okay? So, and what this woman says is such a part of the reason why. Things are tough in this country right now. Runaway inflation, everything's going nuts. And everything that the Biden regime do is for others. Southern border, they're worried about South Americans, not Americans. They're worried about South Americans, Ukraine, Palestinians. I mean, these are the things that they are worried about. You never hear them talk about Americans and our pain, right? It's always about the suffering of others. By the way, this is something I want to tell you. A great way to support all of my content is to go to mypillow.com. Use my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. You get huge savings. Today, Sunday, is the last day of the My Pillow, My Slipper sale. They are $100 off, but this is the last day. Tonight, early in the morning, the website is going to be updated, and it will no longer be $100 off the My Pillow, My Slippers. Now, remember, every time you use my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, you get huge savings. You can take advantage of all the specials at mypillow.com, not just the ones I'm talking about. But you can get the My Pillow, My Slippers for under $40 right now. That's amazing. Oh, Jean said she just got 4 sets of towels and 2 pairs of slippers. That's awesome. And if my wife is watching, please buy me a new pair of My Pillow, My Slippers, the slip-on ones for Christmas, if you don't mind. This is the last day of the $100 off the My Pillow, My Slippers, okay? Less than $40. Tomorrow, that price is going to go up, okay? And Mike Lindell had his assistant personally contact me the other day to let me know about this so I could tell you guys. So go to mypillow.com. When you go, click on the radio podcast little square. You'll see radio podcast specials. It's a little square. You click that. That's where you'll see it. On the front of the website, it's a little bit more. But $100 off the My Pillow, My Slippers. Go to mypillow.com. Click on the radio podcast specials and use my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. Now, honestly, before I read through the rest of this article about Brian Glenn from Right Side Broadcasting's interview with this nice MAGA woman waiting for President Trump in New Hampshire, can you give me an example, a serious example of Joe Biden, the Biden regime, coming out with a policy, an idea, or something that they're doing to benefit the American people? They're always doing things for others, not us, right? And that's the problem. So let me get back to this. Okay, a woman. I'll just go back to that last paragraph. A woman. This is in liberal Mediaite, remember, and they're talking about Brian Glenn from Right Side Broadcasting interviewing a lady outside the Trump event. A woman outside a rally for President Trump said she opposes President Joe Biden because her hometown has been totally infiltrated, and Americans feel like casticides in their own country. While NBC News hosted a Republican presidential primary debate Wednesday night that featured the 5 current runners-up, Trump was giving a speech to followers in Hialeah, Florida. That was covered, as usual, by pro-Trump media outlet Right Side Broadcasting. Damn straight. Absolutely. Okay, this was not New Hampshire. This was in the Miami Hialeah rally where he interviewed her. Okay, I was wrong. I love the snarkiness of these liberal jerks at Mediaite. As usual, RSBN host Brian Glenn and Christina Bobb interviewed folks standing in line for hours before the rally. One woman who didn't give her name told Brian Glenn she supports Trump because the town she grew up in up north had been totally infiltrated, but she did not specify by whom. She also claims Trump upholds the U.S. Constitution. That's right. Yeah. So Brian, and they got a transcript here. This is Brian Glenn. He says, I think people are sick of, well, not only Joe Biden's policies, but our Congress and our Senate. We're not putting America first. I can go on a rant on that, and I will a bit later. And the Trump fan lady, she says, you always do. You do a great job, she says to Brian Glenn. Then Brian says, doing great, but so what do we miss about President Trump? What are we if he was to come into office on the first day? What would you want him to do? And the woman says, making Americans feel like this place is where they belong. That's right, making Americans feel like they're in a place where they belong, she said. Isn't that amazing? That's just wow. She says, make America a place where Americans feel they're in a place where they belong. You know, we feel like casticides in our own country. I just think restoring America to what we were promised in the Constitution, he upholds, he being Trump, everything. Wow. Yeah. I mean, isn't that something? It really is. I mean, I think that's just a beautiful thing that lady said. Making Americans feel like they belong in their own country. I mean, you know, isn't that how we're made to feel by the media, Hollywood, you know, the movies, the cable news, the Democrats, the Uniparty, that we don't belong? And, you know, I think it was Bill Maher who said this recently. I could be wrong, but I think this was Bill Maher who said, because Bill Maher is going through an awakening. He's never going to be MAGA or Republican like we are because, you know, he's an atheist. He's got a lot of problems. But he's much more conservative, Bill Maher, than he used to be. And I'm pretty sure he's the one, if you hear any of the stuff he talks about lately, I don't agree with that guy on a lot of things, but he's come a long way. But what, one of the things that Bill Maher recently said, and if this wasn't him and it was somebody else, let me know in the comments, but I'm pretty sure it was him. He says liberals today believe that there are two types of people in America. Do you know what they are? What do you think? Bill Maher, he said there are two types of people in America. What are the two types of people that he said liberals believe are in America today? Tell me what you guys think in the chat, what he said. It's pretty brilliant what he said. I think it was pretty sharp. I'm probably going to get in trouble here in Los Angeles, here in California. I'm sitting in my car and it's idling. I'm not in motion. I'm probably going to get in trouble, right? I could go in that store and load up a cart and walk out without paying. That's okay, right? I could defecate on the sidewalk. I could urinate on the sidewalk. I could even move in on the sidewalk. But if I'm sitting in my car and it's idling, oh boy, watch out. You get the knock on the window. I don't know. I don't know, maybe. But no, so yeah, Bill Maher said that woke liberals believe there are two types of people in America. Ken's very close. He said victims and victimizers. Victims and victimizers. That's right. Isn't that something? Victims and victimizers. So you're either a victim or you're someone who's victimizing everyone. You know? And that is how the liberals view everything now, isn't it? You know? And because of that mindset, they are making us feel like we don't belong in our own country. And, you know, it cracks me up here, you know, as I said, I'm a minority here in California. Almost everyone's Hispanic. And they act like, you know, like Spanish people are indigenous to the Americans. They're of European descent, too. You know? This girl that made my coffee in here, she's not Mayan. She's not Inca, right? She's of Spanish descent. And I got news for you. Spain is in Europe. Okay? So they are as much of European descent as all the white boys like me. Okay? It's just so stupid. This liberal logic. Boy, I'm telling you, something else, isn't it? Oh, yes. Yeah, I just can't adjust to the time. It's coming up on 6 o'clock soon, but to me it's 9 o'clock. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, you know, if the LAPD caught me with this plastic top for my coffee cup, would I get a ticket? Can you imagine if they did, like, if they brought back Adam 12? That would be a great, you know, if Saturday Night Live were funny and weren't just so agenda-based, they would do that. Adam 12, which was a great show. Adam 12 in the woke 2023 era in Los Angeles. Yeah. Citing people for plastic straws and plastic coffee tops. You know, that's right. That would be hilarious. That'd be hilarious. Oh, man. You gotta... Yeah, I know. It used to be funny. Yeah, but now Saturday Night Live is too woke-based. That's all they care about is their wokeness. Now, Chris Wallace, he's a real beaut, you know. He's over on CNN. And I wanted to talk about this because he said something on CNN, and it has a little bit to do with Megyn Kelly and Newsmax, okay? And I wanted to get into that. Chris Wallace, listen to this. They're trying to sell us this idea that, you know, and you see this on CNN, MSNBC, as well as Fox. But the liberal media are telling us that if the Republicans want to lose, they need to stop coming out against abortion. That if the Republicans are out there advocating to end abortion, they're going to lose. They better get away from this. Now, ask yourself this. Why are all these uniparty mainstream Democrat people all of a sudden trying to give advice for the Republicans to win elections? Right? What a load of crap that is. So what are they telling us? They want us to win elections, Republicans, MAGA? So they want us to back off abortion? To me, it seems like the opposite. They're terrified that the pro-life position of MAGA Republicans is going to bring us to victory in places that, well, we didn't think. But listen to this. Chris Wallace, he's on CNN now. CNN's Chris Wallace exposed a major hurdle for Republicans when he asked a pro-life panelist why the abortion is murder crowd is now saying, well, I can accept 15 weeks. And, you know, that's not true. You know, unfortunately, even with some, you know, the abortion's not something to compromise on, okay? I mean, I want you to think about it, you know, what President Trump did by overturning Roe v. Wade, and make no mistake about it, President Trump overturned Roe v. Wade by his great and perfect picks to the Supreme Court. And I often say that I believe out of Trump's 2 terms as president, because he's going to get a second term when he is elected next year for his second and non-consecutive term, he's going to do a lot of great things. But nothing he does will be as great as overturning Roe v. Wade. And the reason for that is millions upon millions, tens of millions of people, maybe even hundreds of millions, who knows? But it's millions of people will be born from now and forever because Donald Trump overturned Roe v. Wade. What could be greater than the millions of people that will live that never would have been born if President Trump had not overturned Roe v. Wade, right? Isn't that amazing? Amazing. You know, there are babies born each and every day because of Donald Trump overturning Roe v. Wade. And that's not the kind of thing that you compromise on, okay? If we were in Germany in the 30s, would you compromise on the Holocaust? No. No, who would compromise on well, okay, 15 weeks, well, Democrats probably would, okay? So, but anyway, how this relates to Megyn Kelly. So there's going to be another Republican debate of these losers, okay, running against President Trump. It's going to be on Newsmax. and it's going to be hosted by Megyn Kelly. And Megyn Kelly, just a couple days ago, let me see if I can find a story. I don't know if I can find a story on it, but let me see here. I've got my laptop in the car here, so it's on my lap. Let me see if I can find exactly what she said. If I can't find it, I'll just paraphrase it, because, let's see here. Okay, yeah, here it is. Well, I want you to listen to this. Okay, I want you to listen to this. This is Megyn Kelly slams effing loser. She said the whole word. I'm not saying the word. Megyn Kelly, and keep in mind, Megyn Kelly is moderating the next Republican debate with all the, DeSantis and Nikki Haley and Vivek on Newsmax. Megyn Kelly slams effing loser Republicans for fixating on hardline abortion stance as she prepares to host the fourth presidential Republican debate. Megyn Kelly has described the Republican fixation on banning abortion as an effing loser, saying the party was out of step with the electorate and needed to rapidly correct course. Megyn Kelly on Thursday was damning in her assessment of the elections held nationwide, which saw Republican states like Ohio vote to protect abortion and Kentucky vote to keep their Democratic governor who campaigned on allowing access to abortion. It's an effing loser. Well, it's not an effing loser if you're an innocent baby inside the womb. And I'm assuming Newsmax is looking to bring her over to Newsmax, Megyn Kelly, right? The majority of U.S. adults, including those living in states with the strictest limits on abortion, wanted to be legal at least through the initial stages of pregnancy. About 2/3 of Americans say abortion should generally be legal. Only about 1 in 10 say it should always be legal. I don't buy that. In Ohio, okay, where there was a defeat there, turnout, these are not regular elections. These are off-year elections, so voter turnout is really low. Ohio has places like Cleveland that have huge Democrat turnout, and they have activists that are pretty hardcore. But in Ohio, they had on the ballot, which also passed, recreational use of marijuana. So you have a off-year election in Ohio. You have a low voter turnout, right? Low voter. I don't know what the percentage was in Ohio. It was 30% in Kentucky. I don't know what it was in Ohio, but I don't remember offhand, but it's still low voter turnout. So you only have these activist organizations turning out to vote. Plus, they had that very liberal recreational use of marijuana on the ballot, and that's how that happened. Because abortion was upheld in Ohio, we're supposed to say okay to a Holocaust, and say no, we're not gonna fight against a Holocaust. I don't think so. That's my opinion. What do you guys think? That's insane. And Megyn Kelly, what's with the F word, Megyn Kelly? It doesn't make her sexy, okay? Kelly, it goes on and on and on. But I need to go through more of that. But and first, another thing is, I don't necessarily support the idea that these polls are accurate. Who are they polling? I don't know who they're polling. Not polling me. Have any of you been polled by any of the pollsters about abortion? I don't think so. I haven't been. Oh, I tell you, these leftist. I'm so glad that these never-Trumpers, and make no mistake about it, Megyn Kelly is a never-Trumper. And I don't know if it's appropriate for her to be moderating the next debate, and I'll tell you why. Megyn Kelly went out with her husband, went out to dinner with Ron DeSantis and his wife. Okay? So they're friends, and they socialize together. So if we're going to take a stand that these left-wing media people should not be moderating the debates of the people they're friends with, because this happens all the time. Why should conservative media allow that in our circles? I mean, she's personal friends with DeSantis, Megyn Kelly. Should she be moderating the debate? I don't think so. I mean, that's just my thought. I mean, I don't know. What do you guys think? That would be my, yeah. And these debates are just stupid. I mean, these people are so far behind. Oh, by the way, I misspoke. It's on News Nation, not Newsmax. I misspoke, guys. I haven't had enough of my coffee. And Megyn Kelly, getting rid of Roger Ailes and such over at Fox. She's part of the destruction of Fox News. Yeah, Ed Henry is on that thing called Newsmax 2 that they have. It's a separate thing that they're doing. So here's who's going to be. This is the fourth debate, the fourth Republican debate. It'll be Elizabeth Vargas, this is News Nation, Megyn Kelly, and Elena Johnson, who's the editor-in-chief of the Washington Free Beacon. Now, I don't, News Nation is all right. And Washington Free Beacon, I like Washington Free Beacon, but I don't like Megyn Kelly. It says here, this is a pivot in a different direction from the first three debates, which were hosted by mainstream media outlets, Fox News, Fox Business, and NBC News. Now, News Nation, is News Nation, who owns News? Isn't News Nation owned by NBC Universal? Or am I wrong about that? Who owns News Nation? Who owns News Nation? Well, Megyn Kelly thinks that if she uses the F word or, sometimes she says the S word, that it makes her cool. For some reason, I thought News Nation was owned by NBC. Am I wrong about that? If I am, I'm wrong. I don't know. But no, I'm not. I'm not going to watch that debate either. If anything interesting happens, we'll find out about it. But I'm not going to, I'm not going to let these uniparty never-Trumpers and liberals tell us that advocating against abortion is a losing proposition. The very fact that they act like they're trying to help Republicans tells you that it's a winning proposition. Maybe not everywhere, but what is going to win everywhere? And so far as Kentucky, I would not say that abortion is why that happened. A very low turnout. No, just my thought. No, but hey, it is what it is. Now, what do you guys think about Mike Johnson, or MAGA Mike Johnson? He says there's insufficient evidence at the moment to begin formal impeachment proceedings against Joe Biden. What do you guys think of that? There's two ways to go with that. There was actually maybe more. Let me not put a number, and let's just talk about it. Okay, because there's some different possibilities with that. All right, and one of them is that, and I'm not saying that any of these are 100% the way it is, but one of them is that he wants to have impeachment hearings. And let the witnesses come in, and because those impeachment, when we have Comer's committee and we have Biden's brother and Hunter and all the criminals come in and testify, that's kind of like a court proceeding. It's in the congressional record, and then he'll say, "Wow, now we got the evidence. Now we got to go for the vote," right? There's that possibility. Do you think that's a possibility? There's another possibility that he's a complete liar and fake, and just like Kevin McCarthy has no intention on impeaching Joe Biden. Joe Biden should be impeached like a dozen times or more for everything that he's been doing. So that's a second possibility, that he's just as fake as Kevin McCarthy. And then there's a third possibility, maybe there's others, but these are the three that just come to the top of my mind. Then there's a third possibility that he's holding impeachment over the Democrats to try to get some things done. My guess would be he wants the hearing to proceed, have the witnesses come in, and let the evidence come in, and then say, wow, we got the evidence now. As opposed to just saying, okay, we got to impeach him before the witnesses have testified. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt on that. I know a lot of people are giving him a hard time, but I'm not going to do that. Not at this time. What would you guys say to that? Yeah. Yeah, I would. I think what he said can be taken so many different ways, but I'm gonna give him the positive thought. Oh yeah, I watched the UFC videos. So this is what blows my mind. Okay, how many people were at that UFC fight? Like 20,000 or so. 20,000. So there's 20,000 people there, right? 19,999 people are flipping out and giving a standing ovation to President Trump. One woman gives him the middle finger, and that's the story, right? That's the story. I don't think the story is one woman in a crowd of 20,000 gave Trump the middle finger. I think the story is in a crowd of 20,000, 19,999 were cheering President Trump on. Okay? That's what I say. I mean, that's like an amazing amount of support in there. But, the Trump-hating media, they're going to put their negative spin on it, right? Exactly. And what a classless person. And I like how President Trump walked in with this entourage with Tucker Carlson behind him. Was that not cool? Tucker Carlson and Kid Rock. I thought that was pretty funny. And this Bill Burr, I've heard of him. He's, whatever. Yeah, it's like 99.9% approval. What percentage of 100 is 1 out of 20,000? Can anyone do the math on that? Trump shot waves to fans as he went to his seat, but one attendee, identified as actress producer Nina Renee Hill, who was married to comic Bill Burr, was less than friendly, a lot less friendly. As Trump took his seat, she side-eyed Trump and gave him 2 middle fingers. So that to me, I think they're missing the story there, and they're probably missing it on purpose. She's an actress and producer. Let me Google her and see what she has done. Let's see here. Let me look at her bio and see what she's done. Now she's going to make a whole career out of having given Trump the middle finger. The guy she's married to, he's pretty funny. Let's see here. I'm looking at her credits. I've not heard of these. Let me see if I can find her Wikipedia. She doesn't have a Wikipedia. Let's see. She's got a Internet Movie Database thing, so let me look up her Internet Movie Database. It says here, Nina Renee Hill is known for Old Dads 2023, Lila Long Distance 20. That's her acting credits. I don't know, that those credits seem kind of weak. I mean, I know who her husband is. I can't think of anything he's been in offhand, but he's I've seen him in things. He's kind of, he's trending. So, so that's all that matters. He's trending now. Let me see what he's been in. Because he's kind of the same in everything. And now he's trending. So now he'll be elevated in Hollywood now. Let's see if I can find him. Okay, I got his Internet Movie Database. This is Bill Burr. Now, I've seen him in many things. The King of Staten Island. Oh, yeah, he was in 5 episodes of Breaking Bad. I remember that. Yep, okay, I'll give him that. He was in 5 episodes of Breaking Bad. That's what I think I know him from, is Breaking Bad, because I just watched. He was in 2 episodes of The Mandalorian. Yep, I've seen him in The Mandalorian. That's true. I'm looking at his other credits. He's got a lot of credits. But I don't think I've seen anything else he's been in. He was on an episode of The Chappelle Show. Okay. I don't know. I've seen him in The Mandalorian, and I've seen him in Breaking Bad, but that's it. I've seen him in nothing else. You know. Oh, well. What are you going to do? But now he's famous because his wife gave 2 middle fingers to Trump. 20,000 people. One person gives him 2 middle fingers, and that's the story. That is how it works. Well, listen, guys, I'm going to head back to my daughter's house and get her up early. To me, it's 20 after 9 in the morning. To her, it's 20 after 6 in the morning. So getting her up isn't going to be the easiest thing, but I want to get out and get going today. Oh, by the way, don't forget that today is the last day of the $100 off the MyPillow My Slippers. So with my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane. So go to mypillow.com. Click on the radio podcast section. That's where the special is. Go to mypillow.com. Click on the radio podcast section. Use my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, and get your MyPillow My Slippers for $100 off. Today, Sunday, is the last day of the $100 off sale for the MyPillow My Slippers. Okay? That special is going to disappear tonight. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, it won't be there. And the MyPillow My Slippers, they have a whole bunch of new colors in, and also a lot of new sizes. They have smaller sizes for women and kids, larger and wider sizes they didn't have before for bigger guys. They're $100 off, but today is the last day of that special. So go to mypillow.com, use my promo code Kane at checkout, Kane, and take advantage of that. And remember, you can use my promo code Kane on all the specials at mypillow.com, not just the ones I'm talking about. But those MyPillow My Slippers make great Christmas gifts. They're under $40 now, under $40 a pair. But that special will disappear tonight. And those make great Christmas gifts. And they come in a great box as well. The box that they come in, I mean, it's a shoe box, but it's high quality, perfect for wrapping. And it's a good solid box it comes in too. So, you know, you get it in the mail, you wrap it, and you put it under the tree. Yeah, I've been waiting for the knock on the window from the LAPD that I'm sitting here idling, but it has not happened yet. It has not happened. No. You go to, they're normally $149.98, but you can actually get them for $10 less than that. You go to mypillow.com, click on the radio podcast specials. There's like a square, you'll see it. Scroll down the website at mypillow.com a little bit. It probably will be on the right. And you click on the radio podcast specials, and you will see $100 off the MyPillow My Slippers. On the front page, it's not there. You got to go to the radio podcast section. That's where I talk about, you hear me talk about the specials at mypillow.com. Those are at the radio podcast special section. Well, you know, listen, they're pretty wackadoodle here in California. I'm here to tell you. There's no doubt about it. But I will say this. It's okay to visit. I don't think I could live here. That's for sure. On top of that, I mean, my goodness, that's not even with the taxes, you know, and the weird things that are going on when you're just here for a couple of days like I am, and these liberal do-gooder virtue signaling things that I'm saying. Today, what we're going to do is I want to go to the ocean. So, you know, since I live by the beach on the Atlantic Ocean at home in Florida, I want to see the Pacific. I haven't seen the Pacific in a while. And, in fact, I've not seen the Pacific Ocean since about 2006. So, we're going to go to the ocean. And if we have time, I'm going to try to go to Hollywood and see President Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame if we can get over there. But my daughter it's my last day here, so she's got some plans. And then we're going out to a nice dinner tonight, since it's my last day here. I will probably make a vlog of my adventures today with my daughter and the things we do. Yeah, I'll probably vlog that. No, yesterday we went to Disneyland. Yesterday, I've never been to Disneyland. I always want to go to Disneyland. We went to Disneyland yesterday and spent the day there. My daughter lives not, closer to Disneyland than I do. No, today we're going to go to the beach. Going to go to the ocean. But and this is what I'm going to wear to the beach because it's freaking cold. Yeah. Oh yeah. What I'm going to try to do, and I hope I can get this done, is I've got a mighty MAGA lion with me, and I'm going to try to get a picture of my mighty MAGA lion on Trump's star. If I can get to it, Yeah, that's the plan. I don't know how successful I'll be. No, they rebuilt it. The star, his Trump star was defaced, and they rebuilt it. Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And my daughter told me William Shatner's star is not too far from President Trump's star, but I'm more interested in seeing Trump's star. I don't know. Hey, Sarah, how you doing? I'm gonna stay here till I finish my coffee. Oh man, absolutely. Oh, and by the way, guys, thanks so much for supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. If you're new to my channel, make sure that you subscribe, and everyone liking the video helps a lot. When you guys like my video, it lets YouTube know you enjoy my content, and it recommends my videos, not just this one, but all my videos, to people that have not yet found my channel. So liking the video helps a lot. And another thing, too, I know I'm asking a lot, guys, but, yeah, Shatner's a liberal, but I'm a Star Trek fan. What are you going to do? Make sure you're subscribed. A lot of people think they're subscribed and not, because you watch my content, my videos get recommended to you, and you think you're subscribed and you're not. So if you're subscribed, you like the videos, that helps spread the word about my channel and helps the channel grow and helps the MAGA movement grow and helps us all. And if you're feeling really generous, click the notification bell so you get a notification when I go live. John Voight, does John Voight even have a star? I wouldn't be surprised if he did not. John Voight has been a strong conservative voice and a strong supporter of Israel for a long, long time. The movie with the whale is Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home. That's right, 1986. Mm-hmm. No, I'm looking forward to today. If it were up to me, we'd already be at the ocean. But, you try to get your 24-year-old kid up at 5 in the morning. It's not that easy. It's not that easy. Yep. Did some souvenir shopping for my wife last night with my daughter, which is cool. I like buying souvenirs for my wife. We had a great time. I'd never been to Disneyland before, so it was a little different experience than Disney World in Florida. We had a good time. There's no way I'm going to go in the water. I might go to the ocean and touch the water, but there's no way. It's going to be cold. I'm going to be wearing jeans and everything else. Yeah, it's probably better to see the sun set than the sunrise. Well, you're still live. I'm live, yeah. I'm going to stay live until I finish my cup of coffee. And then, I can turn off the dome lights now. Yeah, it was my first time to Disneyland. I had a good time at Disneyland, actually. Yeah, we spent the day yesterday. We rode about 70% of the rides at Disneyland. It's much smaller than Disney World. Oh, my goodness. It's like a miniature. No. Oh. But I miss Florida. And my wife, of course. Did you see Trump over the weekend was making fun of DeSantis' high heel boots again? Yeah, we were talking about the UFC event earlier. And that was beautiful. So if you rewind a little bit, we talked about it. It does have an older vibe, Cindy. Absolutely. Absolutely. Here I am in Los Angeles with my MAGA hat on. how close am I, would you say, miles-wise, to the next MAGA hat-wearing person? Like, if I'm in Florida, it could be 20 feet, you know? So where, how far from where I am at right now, in front of a Starbucks in Los Angeles, California, am I from the next MAGA hat-wearing person, would you think? 50 miles, 80 miles, 5 miles? There's no way to know. No, I've not seen any other MAGA hats in California. When I'm home in Florida, I see them all over town, but I've not seen another MAGA hat here in California. No. Nope. Well, this one exists. Yeah. 300 miles, Bruce? You think 300 miles? That far? It's possible. It's possible. Mm-hmm. That really makes me a minority. Yeah, the other thing I've seen a lot of, so I've seen, as I was saying, I've seen more, or at the beginning of the stream, I said I've seen more transgender persons in the last 2 days than I've seen in the last, 20 years in Florida. I mean, it's crazy. I haven't gone to a single place where there is not a transgender person. And I'm serious, except this Starbucks, like I said, but I was the only customer, so who knows since I left. And other than that, the other thing I've seen, I've never seen so many damn Teslas. I've never seen so many Teslas. I don't know how people find their freaking cars in the parking lots, because there's so many freaking Teslas. How do you know which one is yours? And I would really like to see, you know what I've never seen is there's so many Teslas on the road here. It's insane. I'd like to see an accurate number, and you know they have this, of how much electricity is pulled off the power grid from all the Tesla chargers, right? All these charging stations, and how much coal it took to power that electricity and such, things like that. Wouldn't you like to know? Oh yeah, if you don't have a Tesla, you can easily find your car. Absolutely. No doubt about it. That's exactly right, Frank. But I could believe, as soon as I walked out of the airport, and I'm on the curb there at the terminal waiting for my daughter to pick me up, I could not believe how many damn Teslas I saw. It was like every other freaking car, you know? And they have, it's like I was talking about, there's, everywhere you go, they have all these spaces for the clean energy vehicles. Everywhere you go. Even here. That's why I had to move the car earlier. You know, and they're not even really well marked. I guess people just know. Mm-hmm. Yep, he was in Fantastic Four. He played the Thing, absolutely. I meant Michael Chiklis is what that reference was, from The Shield. Yes. He's been in a lot of things. A lot of things. Got a long list of credits. It's taken me a long time to finish off this coffee. Your non-Tesla vehicle might get vandalized. Oh, Main Street Moments. That's my wife, Kathy. She's here. Yeah, I would have already been at the beach and off to Trump Star. But my daughter said we can't go to Trump Star too early because there'll be too many homeless people sleeping on it and around it. That we got to go a little bit later in the day when there's people walking around. So then the homeless people will get cleared out. She says, I don't want to go to Hollywood when there's no one there but us and homeless people. Yeah, that's what my daughter told me. She says it's not very safe. So, you know, I would like to see if I could get my daughter to take one of those cheesy Hollywood celebrity tours. It could be nuke or it could be... But, the liberals are against nuclear power, too. Nuclear power is clean energy. But they don't like that either. No one should have a housing problem. That's a hard-working person. No one. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get to Malibu. This guy has been driving in circles in this parking lot for like 15 minutes. His car sounds like a lawnmower. That is not a clean energy vehicle, mister. You're destroying the planet with your gasoline guzzler. Yeah, oh my goodness. Yeah. I wouldn't mind taking one of those cheesy tours. Hey, Christine. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, if you're just joining the stream, watch the whole thing, because in the morning, in the beginning of the stream, when it was still dark out, I went through some of the wacky things that have been going on here in California that I've witnessed in my short time here. How would Americans respond to someone spraying graffiti on the tomb of the unknown soldier? Oh, they probably most Americans, these wokesters today, would think that it's deserving. Absolutely. By the way, everyone, thank you to the moderators, and everyone, please, anytime you get a chance, thank the moderators, because, right now, I'm here and I'm watching, but, during when I'm on the air, whether I'm streaming on the radio or I do my live streams from my green screen studio at home, the moderators make the show so much better. Before I had moderators, I had to moderate the chat while I'm doing the show. And that is so distracting. So when I'm doing the show, because you got these trolls that come in to the chat rooms, and they do this on every channel, not just mine. And if I have to worry about that when I'm broadcasting, when I'm doing a show, I only can have like 75-80% of my mind into the content, because I got to watch the people in the show, the trolls in the chat, and the moderators free me up from that. So the moderators increase the quality of the show like you wouldn't believe, in my opinion, and I think you guys would agree with that. They increase the quality of the program because I can focus on the program. Bubba Gump, I've never been, I take that back. I've been to Bubba Gump once, many years ago. We have them in Florida, but I don't remember if it was good or bad. I don't know. I had clam chowder and something, I don't remember. That really elevates the quality of the show like nobody's business, having the moderators deal with the trolls, so I don't have to worry about it. That's a great thing. So, and of course, the mods are all volunteers, so they volunteer their time to be in the chat. So please thank all the mods; they do great work, and they're all appreciated. Oh my goodness, this has got to be like the deepest cup of coffee. It's like never ending. Is it replenishing itself? I think we do have a great MAGA chat, great MAGA community here. And if you guys could help me grow the channel, we're almost to 70,000 subs now on this channel. Can you believe? Almost to 70,000 subs. That's crazy. You know how hard it is for a white MAGA conservative guy to grow on any type of platform? It's not easy. So we're getting close to the 70,000 sub mark. I can't believe. I remember when I just had like 200 subs, and I was like, oh. And now almost 70,000. It's because of all you guys. I do appreciate all your support, and so does Kathy. It's really nice. I think we've got. Oh, I want to hit that. Everyone wants to hit 100. I want to hit that 100,000. Well, you guys can help by subscribing, clicking the notification bells, liking the videos, sharing on all your socials, and telling all your friends that watch YouTube to subscribe. Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, we have a lot of viewers in the UK. A lot of people in the UK. There's a lot of MAGA in the UK. UK Neil is coming to America this month, and we do have plans to get together. I'm going to take him to Mar-a-Lago. and I'm going to take him out to I'm going to meet him. There's an English pub right next to the hotel where UK Neil is staying. So I'm going to meet him at this pub, and there's a lot of Brits that live in my area in Boca, and it's a place where local Brits go to. So I'm gonna meet him there, and then I'm going to take him to Mar-a-Lago, and I'm going to take him out to what I think is the place. I'm going to take him to lunch, UK Neil, to the place where I think he'll get the most American feel of what American food and life is like. I'm going to take him to Flanagan's, Big Daddy's, Flanagan's, the one by Mar-a-Lago. There's a Flanagan's right down the street from Mar-a-Lago, and it's where Eric and Don Jr. go for beers. So I'm going to take him to that Flanagan's for lunch and have some American beer, not Bud Light, of course, and hamburgers. Yeah. I'm not sure which beach we're going to. So, I don't know which beach we're going to today. I have no idea. Absolutely. Well, have fun in church. Do they have churches in California? I don't know. Do you guys know, are there churches in California, in Southern California? His first ice cold beer. Exactly. Well, we can't have Bud Light. What I think what's the great American beer now? Coors Light? Mick Ultra? I like Mick Ultra and Coors Light. You know. But that's just me. Several churches? Yeah, I haven't seen any yet. Well, that finishes off the coffee. Yingling, I'm not a big fan of Yingling. Yingling's okay. Yingling's okay. Well, listen, guys. Thanks for watching. I finished the coffee. I'm going to go back to my daughter's house and try to get her up and get her out. I keep telling her I'm not here long enough to adjust my schedule. So last night we got home and in. It was like midnight, 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was like, this is like 3, 4 in the morning for me. You know, not midnight. Oh, my goodness. But she's like, yeah, but not for me. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time, okay? I will make a vlog today of my trip to the Pacific Ocean, and if I can get the Trump star, I most definitely will show that on the vlog. So when I upload that, make sure you watch it, okay? All right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll see you soon.